So it's been a while since I've made a video, and in that time, as most have already seen in previous videos that I've done last year, tomorrow, the 16th of July, I'm going to be going for my gastric sleeve surgery. So I figured I'd do a massive update, bring everybody up to where I'm at right now. So we'll go ahead and start with the scopes, and I'll cut in the pictures that I have. The first one is going into the stomach, showing the colon, or the entry to the colon. They opened it up a little bit, and then they spun the camera back around so you could see inside the stomach. That came out fine. The only thing that came out of it that I knew was bad is I have a slight hinal hernia. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'll put the text of it right here somewhere. And basically that just means that part of the stomach is coming up into the chest cavity. The doctor said, or the surgeon said, it's not bad enough to repair right then and there, and that it can be repaired when they do the sleeve surgery. So I'm going to go ahead and we decided to go ahead and just do that during the sleeve surgery. The echo stress test I had, that came out fine, which I knew that would. The sleep study I had, this is kind of hilarious. The sleep study I had came out that I had sleep apnea. Now here's the kicker. The most important part of a sleep study is sleeping. I never fell asleep. I had a bad sinus attack, and I had a couple of leg cramps during the course of the study. Basically, it kept me up all night, never slept. I did get a CPAP. I tried it for 8 months. My sleep got worse, so I had to stop using it. Now, if you use a CPAP and it works, great. I am keeping the CPAP, though, because of reasons that I'm not going to go into. Now, as for, I had the gallstone ultrasound done to see if I had gallstones. That I don't. That came back fine. I've had tons of blood work. My blood work's all come back fine, so I'm not worried about that. So, moving on to the next bit, I've done the 2-week liver shrink diet, which this is the last day. And today I get to have something with sugar in it, which is why I've got Gatorade, regular Gatorade. I get to have equal amounts of this along with the water I'm drinking in order to keep my energy levels up, even though I am very tired. That's why I'm kind of distracted and looks like I'm half asleep. Plus, I just got done having another blood draw. Yay. At some point, I should have done what I eat for liver shrink, but I can do that now, which is very easy. I made a strawberry smoothie with a protein shake and yogurt, fat-free yogurt. That was breakfast. And then I'd have maybe a sugar-free Jell-O cup afterwards, between breakfast and lunch. For lunch, I had a handful of coleslaw mix, 2 hard-boiled egg whites, which are a pain to take out the yolks, I found out. So I'm glad I don't have to do that no more. A pack of light tuna in water, no oils, because I can't have any oils. And then 3 tablespoons of Miracle Whip Light. I mixed it up, let it sit in the fridge, and that was good to go. Then for dinner, I had a ricotta bake with fried ground turkey, sauteed onions in it, and sauteed mushrooms. And that was actually really good. It smelled just like lasagna minus the noodles. It also had a half cup of marinara sauce on top and a little bit of mozzarella cheese on it. I'll probably be doing the recipe again at some point. I'm watching traffic as it keeps coming around and around me. So after today, I actually have to get home soon because at 3:30 I'm going to be getting a phone call and there's a little bit of road noise because I'm not far from the main street from where I'm at. At 3:30 I'm getting a call which will tell me the time of my surgery tomorrow, so I definitely want to be home for that. Basically everything has come out fine as far as the surgery end goes. I've been doing fairly well. I've dropped since last year. I've dropped almost 45 pounds, and considering that I can't exercise that much because I will end up having heart palpitations basically from my body trying to push more blood through me that it can't supply, which is very alarming to have done. Which is strange because there's nothing wrong with my heart. My heart's strong enough to pump. It's just that there's so much of me to pump it through that I get worn out. But I can do a lot more than what I was able to before. So that's a good sign that losing the weight is helping, and the surgery will definitely help in that aspect. So also, if you want to help out, there will be a link in the Cash App, I think that's what it's called. Cash App link in the description. You can feel free to donate. You don't have to. I won't ask you to because I know right now everybody's strapped for cash. I mean, it's kind of hard out there for everybody. I get that. And so I'm not asking anybody to give what they can't give because I get that. I have been taking that bariatric vitamin. No problems with that, other than the typical issues with taking something that contains a large amount of iron. If you don't know, just look it up and you'll see what I'm talking about. But as far as everything else is going, I'm doing fairly well, other than feeling a little tired today because I haven't ate anything. And not eating food is really the hardest thing. And I have to do this for probably about the next 2 to 3 weeks. I have to do mainly liquids and protein. And water. Lots of water, because I am going to have to stay hydrated. That is the key. These are only for today. After today, I don't have any more of these. I bought just single bottles. So I have them. I apologize for drinking, but I have to have something to keep me energized because I have no energy. I'm not joking. I woke up and I felt just like I could go back to sleep, and I don't want to do that because if I do, I'll probably sleep for 8 hours again. I did talk to the surgeon. He said I can have a recording of the surgery. So yes, when I'm feeling better, I will have that up. I'm also taking the little iPhone camera that I'm using and the microphone, and I'm going to bring that with me when I'm in the hospital. I'm only there for 2 days, but I don't know if it's day of surgery the next day and then I'm out, or if it's day of surgery, then 2 days, then I'm out. Either way, I will bring it. I will try to do a video. It might only be a short, I don't know. Depends on really how I'm feeling. I'm sure I'll probably feel like crap because, I'm going to have 2/3 my stomach removed. And I'm not going to feel very happy. probably going to be very irritable. I see this red line right by my neck, and I'm thinking I have something on my neck. But, I mean, if anybody has questions as to what this entails, I'll tell you right now, it is a lot of work. And I know some people say, well, my insurance only took 3 months, or my insurance didn't even have any prereqs. Mine had a year, and that was just a year to show consistency of weight loss. And I showed that. In fact, my goal was to be, before surgery, was to lose 30 pounds. And a month before my last appointment with the dietitian, I had already lost the 30 pounds. And then my next one, or no, my last appointment, I was down at 30 pounds. And then this last appointment, when I seen the surgeon, I was down another 15 pounds on top of that, which put me at about 45 pounds. So, I mean, that really was a beneficial thing to have done. I set an expectation for myself, which wasn't astronomical. I mean, 30 pounds isn't that much for a person to lose. But when you're not able to exercise, and your most of your walking consists of maybe 5 to 10 minute bursts before you have to sit down and basically reset your body, that's quite a lot of weight to lose. And even my neighbor, I was helping him with some tree stuff that we were doing. He even noted, he goes, you're looking a lot smaller around your midsection. And if you haven't noticed, I'm wearing suspenders because my pants will not stay up. And I mean, I've had that issue before because I have what's known as FAS, which is flat ass syndrome. I have no ass. So basically, my pants normally would start to kind of drop down. I'd have to bring them back up. Now, though, I mean, I literally pick them up, I sit down in the chair for 5 minutes, I stand up, and my pants will go the opposite direction that I'm heading. So I decided the smart thing to do is, instead of wasting a lot of money buying the next size smaller, and then in three to 4 months from now, I'm going to have to buy smaller pants again and again and again, I'm going to make do with what I have, and I'm going to wear suspenders to hold them up. I may even just keep wearing them just because it's easier than a belt, because I always find a belt very restrictive. These tend to flex with my body more, so I can keep moving up. But, you know, everything that I've done and seen so far seems to have worked. I mean, little air fryer, put some salmon in there and then broccoli afterwards. Great healthy meals. I mean, yeah, some of the stuff's probably not the greatest to be eating. And like I was doing for the last month and a half, I was doing portions of the liver shrink diet. Basically, that coleslaw mix, I was eating that for lunch every day. And it's really actually really good if you let it sit and chill for a while in the fridge. I found that actually letting it sit, if you make it like after dinner, the night before, and let it sit until you're ready to eat lunch the next day, that's when it's really the best, because it's not overly creamy, but it's not mush. If you make it too far in advance, it gets kind of mushy, and you don't want to, at least for me, I don't like it that way. The tuna obviously gives you the protein that your body needs, and the eggs will give you protein. The cauliflower gives you cauliflower mix, I should say, or not cauliflower mix, the coleslaw mix gives your body extra vitamins and minerals that you might be lacking. And the Miracle Whip Light is just there for a little bit of flavor and texture. But I will say this, water, Gatorade Zero, probably the two best things you can drink. Because I was going to buy vitamin water, and I found vitamin water had a lot of sugar in it. And I couldn't get my hands locally on vitamin water Zero. I had to drive quite a ways. But Gatorade Zero I can find locally, so I tend to buy that more. And I mean, a bottle this size isn't too bad to drink in it by itself. With that being said, I am going to cut the video here. And hopefully if there's any questions, comments, concerns, well wishes, put them down below. I will try to respond to all of them. I will try to respond to them below. However, if I don't get to them, know that, I appreciate anything, and I will eventually answer them, especially if I don't see them until tomorrow, because I'm probably not going to be awake and I'm not going to be feeling all that great. And I'm only going to have this and my regular phone to look at stuff on YouTube, and it's harder for me to text with my thumbs than it is on a keyboard. So anything after tomorrow, I will get to as soon as possible. On Twitter, I think it's in my About page, but I'm not sure. But on Twitter, I will be making some updates there as well, along with other stuff. Just note that Twitter's not exactly just about YouTube stuff. Sometimes I do a lot of other stuff, so, enter on that at your own risk. But, like I said, with that, I will talk to you guys later. Have fun.